Most people today crumble under pressure. A bad email, rude customer, or one rough patch in life. And honestly, it's costing them in ways they have no idea. Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius led a nation through plagues, wars, betrayal, and a lot of death, yet somehow stayed calm, clear, and deeply grounded. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build that same level of resilience without needing to wear robes or sit on a marble throne. For those who are new here, my name's Jack. I've been studying and applying Stoicism for about 4 or 5 years now. I've also helped many people develop stronger mindsets and make better decisions by applying these ancient principles to modern day life. So work, business, relationships, the lot. But yeah, with that, let us begin. Choose not to be harmed and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed and you haven't been. That one quote changed everything for me. Because when life hits you in the chin, and it will, the hit only lands if you let it. We give things permission to hurt us, but most of the pain we feel, it's not from the event itself, it's from the meaning that we attach to it. Marcus got this. He trained himself to pause, to reflect, and to decide, I'm not going to be owned by this. That is real strength. By the way, if you want to start building this kind of mindset yourself, I just dropped a free 7-day email mini course. It takes as little as 5 minutes a day, totally free. Links in the description, go check it out. All right, back to it. So, who was this guy, Marcus? He wasn't just some dusty figure in a history book. He was the most powerful man on the planet in 180 AD, but he didn't flex that power like a typical emperor would. He was kind of quiet, thoughtful and really a philosopher at heart. He kept a private journal, what we now call meditations, where he basically coached himself through the chaos. Think about that. Dude's running an empire, dealing with invasions, his best friend betrayed him, his kids are dying, and he's like, I will not be harmed because I refuse to accept the identity of someone who is harmed. Top G. That is the mindset, that is the blueprint. One of my first business ventures, I would gold plate jewelry and sell it on for a profit. So I was about 19 at the time and lacking wisdom in many areas, but things went south when I got scammed. So I was broke anyway, still in a 9-to-5 job. This was more of a side gig, and I decided to invest all my profits into an Apple Watch, which once gold plated would have easily added a good couple hundred on top. So no website, anything like that. I was just using Facebook Marketplace and eBay. Basically what happened is some guy was like, yeah, I've sent the money. PayPal said they'll release it when you've submitted proof it's been sent. Even at 19, I was pretty sharp and usually wouldn't have fallen for something like that. But I guess he caught me slipping and yeah, stupid old me went and sent the damn package. Obviously, I never heard from the guy again. And at this point in my life, I was very emotionally driven. I wouldn't actually discover what Stoicism was for a good few more years. But I remember raging, like punching walls, yelling into thin air, all that bad stuff. This is one of those moments that I look back on, realizing how far I've come, but also using it as a good example of how not to react. What I'm trying to get across with this story is, I get it. I've been there. Shit happens. There's no avoiding it. But it's only when you decide to be harmed that you actually take the loss. All we control in this life is our response. So the moment we relinquish that, it's not looking good, bro. So how do we actually apply this stuff? Let's break it down into a few simple ideas. No fluff, straight to the point. Lesson 1, practice the pause. When something stressful hits you, colleagues are talking trash, your business revenue's down. Sorry, there was a fly there. Maybe you lost a competition that you've been training for. Don't react. Pause just for a second, because the space between stimulus and response, that's where resilience lives. Marcus wrote, the nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he comes to strength. The translation, you decide whether to take things personally. You decide whether that comment ruins your day. So pause, breathe, respond, don't react. Lesson 2, train in discomfort. Modern day life is soft, let's be honest. And that's not an insult, it's just reality. Back then, Marcus was leading men through disease and a war. Today, you'll be getting annoyed when Starbucks run out of oat milk. No offense to the oat milk drinkers out there. So build resilience by voluntarily doing hard things. Cold showers, sorry I'm getting eaten by midgets a little bit here, hence the itching. Take cold showers, do tough workouts, say no to distractions. Not to be macho, but to basically train your brain to stop fearing discomfort. When you choose hardship, you build the muscle for when it's not actually your choice. Lesson 3, memento mori. Remember, you will die. All right, I know it sounds a little bit heavy, but stick with me. Marcus constantly reminded himself, you could leave life right now, let it determine what you do, say, and think. Not in a morbid way, you know, like we're not about that life, but in a kind of motivational way. It's like a filter. Will this thing I'm stressing about matter if I had 1 week to live? Probably not. That meeting, that, I don't know, DM you didn't reply to, not worth losing sleep over. When you zoom out and stop sweating the small stuff, ironically, you start to live with more peace. So if you're a business owner, an athlete, or just an average everyday person trying to show up stronger in life, here's the truth. Resilience isn't a motivational poster or some kind of grind culture slogan. It's a practical mindset. And Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor from 2,000 years ago, left us a playbook for it. Not through hype, discipline, or clarity, through training the mind only to focus on what you can control. And that, my friends, is the Stoic advantage. And look, you don't need to meditate in a cave or delete Instagram forever, nothing crazy like that. You just need to start noticing where you give your energy to. That one pause, that one reframing, that one moment where you choose to respond instead of reacting automatically. That's building your inner citadel, one brick at a time. If you want help getting started, go check out that 7-day email mini course I mentioned earlier. Totally free, pretty fast. It'll walk you through exactly how to apply all of this even on your busiest days. Links in the description. Don't wait, build that mindset now, not when life hits the fan. And that's it. Go build your inner fortress. Everything you need is within you.